Hi, I'm John Barnes and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV for a 1v1 edition of the Uncensored match build-up show. Liverpool taking on Swansea City at the weekend. We're looking forward to it. Chris is off fighting through the shops on Black Friday. Dickhead! So it's Aubrey and I here to talk about the match. Aubrey, we've obviously been discussing the Bordeaux game. Obviously, you know, again, the Europa League thing means it's a very, very short turnaround time between them. Tom's just going to have a little read of the paper there, yeah? Yeah.
Shout out pertinent information, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. So the what we were saying on the final word show for that was that I think we want to treat Bordeaux and Swansea as a package almost.
Yeah.
That the Bordeaux game, the performance could have been loads better. We got the result. If we're able to just get a result against Swansea, then you'd say that's a really good week for Liverpool.
Massive week, 8 days, isn't it? Because we played on the Saturday. We can get 3 wins in that. That would be beating City away, which is in a swagger and in a way that basically was an indication not of how it will always be, but how it could be under Klopp.
Yeah.
And made everyone outside of Liverpool who's been laughing at our excitement and jubilation at that guy who's sitting there beaming on your chest coming into Liverpool. That was the first time that they took it seriously, because everyone wrote off Chelsea because Chelsea are rubbish at the moment. Chelsea are in bad form. It wasn't that great. You know, you got lucky because you scored in the last minute of injury time in the first half, etc. Whereas no one could deny us that we were the better team against City and the way we played. So there's that. Getting through the group in the Europa League, there you go. He inherited a tough group because we
because of how we've done it so far.
Yeah, we ballsed up the beginning. No, the group wasn't tough in terms of the personnel and the teams we had to play, but in how we'd performed, the 2 draws really set us in a bad stead. And then to go and get a game, the Swansea at Anfield, and out of form Swansea at Anfield, is the type of game that we draw.
Yes.
It's the type of game that we haven't won in the last, and I'm not that confident because of that, because I'm still not quite a believer. Yeah. I'm still part doubter.
Oh God, no, look, that exists, and that fear exists, and we can see that because, again, how many of those performances recently on the club, and we've been dead sound, that when you watch them back, you're like, what was I so edgy about? But it exists within you because you still carry that fear. And this is because we still do have our clown shoes defending moments where, you know, we just switch off.
Clown hands against Bordeaux, wasn't it? Clown gloves. But,
yeah, exactly. So that fear definitely exists. And you're right that, and I've kind of been a bit worse. We've done a fair bit of content leading up to this game. We previewed it. I'm over on the Bet Victor YouTube channel doing the Weekender show and saying, you know, I believe that Liverpool are going to win this, but I do carry the fear with me that Swansea could have there could be a sting in the tail, even though in terms of form we've won 5 of the last 6 and only drawn 1 of them. So we're undefeated in 6 games against Swansea. We do have they're a good side, but we have a good record of playing good football against them as well. But you're right, it's that thing that lives in the back of your mind that goes, ooh, we've had a good record, therefore
it'll drop.
Yeah, exactly. We're bound to screw it up here. Well, we might well do, but I feel like I'm starting to turn the corner on that in terms of my own confidence, that I trust the guy we've got in charge to get the players motivated and playing in the right way.
Exactly, and that's because you're a rational human being, Paul. Because you can't have blind faith. And blind faith is, we've just appointed Klopp, so we're going to win every game. Yeah, and he's not proven that, and we've not changed any personnel. Yeah. But we've got Jurgen Klopp, so we're going to win every game, because we're Liverpool. Yeah. And do you know what? I actually wish I was kind of a bit more like that. Yeah. Because those people are generally happy until they get beaten, and then they get really angry and blow up on fan cams or on Twitter forums. But to have that blind faith in doses can be quite good. But ultimately, we're getting into his tenure now. He's managed more games for us. They've been generally better. They've been better than we were used to over the last 18 months. The more wins he puts in his win column, the less nervous I will be going into games. But we're still in there. Yeah. Jump forward 4 months, 5 months, and we're talking about an umbu. We're doing an umbu, and it's,
for those who only watch the
Uncensored match build-up. Yeah, we're doing a build-up show to like a West Brom at home. And if we've progress the way I hope and we have imagined, we'll just be like, we're going to win, aren't we? And we'll be cocky and horrible. But at the moment, he hasn't stored that confidence yet. He hasn't got those wins in his locker for us to draw on it.
No. And look, we're not that far out from losing to Crystal Palace.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that was a real bump in the road. And I do feel as though this is the thing, and Klopp is the most similar to like when Rafa came in. We used to see signs of what he was trying to do. And it was great. We're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then we go and cock it up the week after. There be those times. So we take 2 or 3 steps forward and then take 1 back. And I still feel we will have a season like that. I don't feel like we're going to go on and steamroller the division now that we've had a couple of good wins. So that's what I'm saying. It's not. I mean, I guess it's in that regard. It's not so much fear as it's rational, isn't it? To expect us to drop things. I think the important thing though is that if we do have an off day, and we do struggle in terms of whether it's fitness or just energy levels or what have you, that we don't lose the game.
Yeah.
That we at the very minimum we take a point from this, but realistically, Man United as a great example of this. As much as I'm loath to say it. Just churn results out.
Oh, without going too tangential, I'm really worried about United in terms of the league this year because I don't want them to win it.
No.
I don't expect us to win it, and there are teams that can abide winning it. I don't want United to win it because if they scum another league, like the last one, they only won it because Van Persie scored 20 and no one else wanted to win the league. You watch the Watford game at the weekend, and that's a game that they should draw. That should be 2 points lost, and they found the ability within them they've had for so long to just win that match. And we need to develop that, and I think under Klopp, the resilience and what we've talked about, how he's got 2 sides to him, we can go and steamroll a team, but we can also grind out results. We need to start seeing that grinding out resultsness come into this squad. We'd be flying in the league because of our away form's actually been brilliant.
Yeah.
If we had our home form sorted, I generally don't agree that we can draw this one. I think this has to be a win.
Yeah, no.
They're in bad form, Swansea. We're meeting them at the right time. If we weren't as nervous about us as we were, we would be saying this is a must win.
And honestly, as well, in terms of Swansea, they play the right brand of football for us
to beat.
Exactly. So Pardew's quite, he's a canny guy in that regard. He's got a good measure of Liverpool and our players and our approach. And I think he's the kind of guy who would adapt the way his team plays in order to get the best out of the game. I'm not sure Gary Monk will do that. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's all of a sudden going to throw Swansea's philosophy out the window and come and put 10 men behind the ball.
You're right. You're spot on because you're naive. No team, even the teams who win the league, don't win every game, right? And there's even home games. And there was a time, I think it was about 8 games into the season, where the away teams had done better than the home teams across the whole league. But there are certain teams who are going to come to Anfield. Your Pulis' Stoke traditionally always did us. So you've got Norwich came and resolutely defended and got the draw. You've got your West Ham who've gone and won away from home against big teams, come and did that to us. And now we wouldn't have said that at the time, but actually looking at the season, you're like, well, there's a tricky one now that could play right against us and do it. And your Palace is set up to do it, and there's probably the Pulis' West Brom will be one where it'll be a dour game, and if they manage to get the draw, you go, oh, the Pulis does again. Whereas Bournemouth, Swansea, Leicester, coming, who play an open game, gonna try and go toe to toe to us. They're the games we have to win because they're not the ones they don't have the ability to park the bus. Yeah. So we are better than them. We should be beating them.
You trust yourselves to at least match their intensity. And then additionally on top of that, you trust that the quality and what you've spent your money on in terms of your squad, that quality shines through on top. And that's where we've had the beating of Swansea. I think,
and that's where it should be. Yeah, there's also that little side factor of I still think Rodgers is always going to be remembered as a Swansea manager. In 10 years' time, people will think back of Rodgers as the Swansea manager who had a management time at Liverpool as opposed to former Liverpool manager. So in people's heads, it's still linked. So even though it's Monk, this is Klopp versus Rodgers. Klopp versus Swansea, who is Rodgers.
Yeah. And I'm not sure I fully agree on that, but I suppose in the Rodgers thing, time will tell. In regards to, I guess, where he ends up and what he does next. But I think in terms of, again, the legacy of what he left, look, Monk, people might argue large up improved on it. I think some Swansea fans might, a lot of Swansea fans will probably debate that. But Monk, he's taken it on a bit. They had the highest ever league finish with him last season. He's progressed, but he's a Rodgers guy, isn't he? You know what I mean? So
their brand of football is going to remind us of that. That's what I meant. It's going to be interesting
to see, because it was telling just against Bordeaux how many things are left over from Rodgers that he's put in place that I think Klopp likes and he won't look to change. And it's it's the centre back split and it's playing out from the back when we can and that kind of stuff. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be quite interesting to see if we've got up that level. And it's like Bayern Munich taking a step up with Pep Guardiola and doing what his Barcelona thing was, but with the added intensity that the German league brought, that I think which was a standard set by Klopp in that league as well. So no, I'm fascinated to see it. My only, slight fears come from just the fact that your Thursday, Sunday thing, and whether we choose to believe it or not, it is always a factor. The Europa League hangover, it's a cliche, but it's a cliche.
It's a proven thing, isn't it? It's statistically proven. It's every team, no matter who they are, has that hangover. Yeah. Hopefully this is the one, out of all of them, again, like the Palace one, travelling away to Russia and then coming back to play against a team who were better than us in form, whereas they're in a really bad bout of form and we've been at home. Yeah. Now, I know it's only 2 days to turn it round.
Well, you're quicker to your bed, aren't you?
Yeah, you've not travelled. And also, you're looking at, I pulled out some stats for them. They've not kept a clean sheet away from home.
Excellent.
This season, which is good. They're the draw specialists, which is a little bit worrying because they've won 3, drew 5, lost 5. So that drawing thing kind of plays into, Liverpool, live a draw at home. But the form's terrible because the last game they drew at Bournemouth, they lost against Norwich, they lost against Arsenal, they beat Villa, but so has everyone, and they lost against Stoke in their last 5. So they're in a down, because at the beginning of the season, they were everyone's fantasy football pick, weren't they? Yeah. AU, Montero, Gomes, and they've kind of dropped off a bit. So hopefully we can just... I think this is one where you just generally give up on a performance. If I find, you watch it and we get through and we've won, you just go, yeah, that's great.
That's it. I think all the great football can come. If we can save it for the big games for the short term and just get some results. I just want to see us get some points on the table. I don't really care how we do it right now. We can worry about turning it on post-Christmas. Get into January and do what we did 2 seasons ago and then hope that the style really starts to come out. Right now, we've got a run of very winnable fixtures between now and probably like the first week in January. So let's just go and by hook or by crook get as many wins under our belt as we possibly can. Big game for Joe Allen. This is a real chance for him to impress. I think he's going to start. Yeah,
because of the Lucas suspension against his former club. He's it's funny, I asked a Twitter question last night on for the Bordeaux. I said, what did you think of Joe Allen? God, is he a more divisive figure in the Liverpool squad? Literally. Man of the match, ran everything, amazing. I've seen people kicking the ball on the park better than Joe Allen. It's like the scale. So the best player on the pitch to the worst player ever.
We've got to have one at all times. There's got to be one player on the pitch for Liverpool that people literally just decide that they don't like. Yeah. And look, Joe Allen has been at his very best a very average Liverpool player since he's come in. But he's got something. I thought he had a good game in the week, and this for him, because let's be perfectly honest on Joe Allen, he needs to go into this game at the weekend and prove how good he is and prove that he's better than Swansea. Because let's be perfectly honest, he's going to end up back at Swansea this summer. I genuinely think that. I don't think he's going to be a Liverpool player next season. But he's got 2 choices. He either ends up back at a Swansea, or he maybe goes and finds. Probably around that level, but I just think he needs to prove himself. I don't think he wants to go back to Swansea with his tail between his legs. I think he should go back and actually improve that Swansea side again. So big chance for him anyway. I've taken Chris's place on the Start at 11 show this week. Do go and check that out. If you miss Chris, I'm sorry. Send him a nice tweet because he's probably been just basically killed in Black Friday, in the Black Friday rush, or he's found somewhere nice and chilled and had a nice lunch. Either way, he's not here, prick. So there we go. So anyway, we've done a Start at 11. We've done a stat attack ahead of this game as well. I'm also over on the weekend on the Bet Victor channel. Thank you very much for watching the content. I'm going back to the wide, Tom. Yes, get the thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know your thoughts on the match. Do you harbour any residual fear for this game? Do you think Liverpool have what it takes to get the win? And if so, what kind of win would you like to see? We'll go score prediction.
2-0. to Liverpool.
Very nice. I'll take another 2-1. Obviously, I'd take a 2-0. I'd take a 3-0. A 1-0 or a 2-1 for me would do me very nicely in this game. If we want to go and smash them 4-5, that would be sensational as well. Jürgen, please deliver us that. That would be great. While we're here as well, do get yourselves hands on a Christmas sweatshirt. They're available until the 7th of December if you need something to wear for your office party or to look cool on Christmas Day and confuse your nana. Then by all means, go and order one right now on redmentvshop.com. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. We've either just broken 100,000 or we're very, very close to doing it. If you haven't subscribed already, get on and tell your friends.
Could you be the one who breaks it?
You could be the one. You could be the one. We've got loads of amazing content that's queued up and ready to go. So when we get to that, we will release it, you will see it, and everyone will be happy. Thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. See you soon. Ta-ra.
It's Christmas! Woo! Yeah, in like a month and a bit. But anyway, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. 3 designs to pick from, 2 brand new ones, as you can see here, and a 3rd that we've forgotten to bring in. You've got Merry Clopmas, Catini, ho, ho, ho. Chris, where can you get them from?
redmentvshop.com. They are available for 3 weeks only, up until Sunday, the 6th of December 2015. Make sure you get it in nice and early. They're made to order, and you will have them before Christmas.
Bespoke Christmas loveliness. So if you're sick of looking like everyone else at the Christmas party and you want to be more Liverpool silly themed, that's what we're here for. 3 years on the bounce. Get them now while you can. Cheers.